So hopefully y'all can hear me. Got hung up this morning. Didn't have a trailer at the yard to leave out to go to South Carolina, so I had to wait until a trailer came available. And actually, the trailer was actually on the yard. Some bonehead was still hooked to the trailer when I got there at like 5 o'clock this morning. Like, that's the crazy stuff people be doing, man. Like, they do a lot of crazy mess. Certainly got a lot of crazy drivers, and I ain't mean it. Well, let me see. How can I put this? They do have some folks that can drive. That they do. Then they got some folks, they just be hitting everything. You know what I'm saying? Then they got folks that just be doing stupid stuff. Like staying hooked to trailers when you're supposed to hook to another trailer when you arrive to the yard. I know the camera is shaking and stuff. You're gonna have to excuse me on that, but I'm trying to make it on the go. You know what I'm saying? It's real content, so it can't always be perfect. I'm trying, but it can't always be perfect. But yeah, so now I'm on the way to South Carolina, to Lugoff, South Carolina, however you say it. And then I gotta go to Ohio, so I'll be going through the mountains down 77 or up 77 to go to Ohio, through the West Virginia mountains or whatnot. That should be fun. Never been on 77 before, but it's all good. But what I wanted to talk to you today was about some real stuff, you know what I'm saying, like some real life stuff. But before we get into that, I just wanted y'all to welcome you to the channel if it's your first time. If not, welcome back. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend. If you feel this video to help a friend out, and let's get into the introduction. What's up? This your boy, Mr. Cadillac King himself and things. Oh yeah, welcome to the channel, welcome to the channel. Hope you all enjoy the video that I have for you today. Hope you enjoy it. I really hope you enjoy it. If you love Cadillacs like I do, you'll definitely enjoy it. And if you enjoy just good talk, then I know you'll also enjoy today's video. Y'all like, share, subscribe. And we out. So, sometimes I just sit and I think, you know what I mean, and think to myself, you know, what can I do better? You know, have I missed anything along the way of my journey of life? You know, and just what can I do to make it better? What can I do to be a better person, right? So, not just now, but like, I would say, I don't know, probably for the past like 3-4 years, I've almost like evaluated myself, you know, as far as the people that the type of people that I deal with, who I have around me, what I'm doing with my life, you know what I'm saying? I just, like, you know, I just evaluated myself. And y'all may think, well, dang, that sounds kind of crazy. I mean, like, why would you want to evaluate yourself? Well, I mean, you know, if you sit down and you think about it, if you never sit down and take the time to say, okay, well, especially if you write goals, and I write goals, you know what I'm saying? I write goals. Especially if you sit down and you write goals and you say, well, dang, I wrote these goals out like a 1.5 years, 2 years ago, but you haven't completed one of them. You got to ask yourself, what is it that you are doing as to the reason why you have completed not even one of those goals? You know what I'm saying? So, when you don't sit down and you don't take the time to figure out what it is that you're doing with your life, you'll find yourself at a standstill. And then when you're at that standstill for almost 5 to 10 years, you're like, dang, how come I don't see nothing different happening with my life right now? Well, you ain't taking the time to figure out what it is you can do different to elevate your life and better your life. You ain't took that time yet. You just steady doing whatever the hell you've been doing, and whatever you're doing or whatever you've been doing ain't really doing too much for you, right? So now you say, okay, well, you know, you want to try to figure out what it is that you want to do. And I probably just lost my train of thought with that. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to stop at and get gas. But however the case may be, you got to set some goals, right? You got to set some goals, and you got to stay focused, and you got to stay determined to complete those goals, right? And they can be short-term goals, little goals. Start with little goals, then have your big goals, but do something, just set your goals for something that is manageable, right? So, I look at it this way. After you set your goals, you gotta start thinking about, okay, well, what the people I have around me, are they adding any value to my life? And when I say value, I don't mean money. I mean in the sort of speaking of, what is it? Do they support you in what it is you're doing or what it is you're trying to do? When they see you slacking, do they get on you and push you to do what you need to be doing? If you have people around you that's just chilling all the time, they ain't trying to do nothing, they live in paycheck to paycheck, they barely making it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, some people do that and they really trying to get through. Like, they really trying to do better. But some people living that way. Matter of fact, some people are barely making it. But they really ain't trying to do nothing, though. Like, that's the case. Like, they really ain't trying to do nothing. So, if you around people like that, how do you think that you can even elevate your life or start doing better for your life if you're hanging around people like that? Like, that ain't gonna help you out. Like, that's not gonna get you anywhere. So you gotta start thinking to yourself, well, I gotta start exiting these people out of my life. I gotta start cutting them off. You know what I'm saying? I gotta start cutting them off. Because what I'm doing, me hanging with them, what I'm trying to do, me hanging with them ain't gonna do me no good. Because all they gonna do is hold me back, right? When I try to succeed, you know, either they're not gonna support me, or they're gonna be in my ear like, you don't need to do that, you don't need to do this and that, right? So what you gotta do is you gotta find the people that's for you and stick with them, that's trying to do the same thing you're doing, that's on the same type of time that you on, and then you gotta exit the people out that's really not for you, that's just there for a season. You know what I'm saying? That's just there for a season. So that way you can move ahead on in life and start completing the goals that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And like I always tell y'all, like, you can't let nobody tell you what you can and what you can't do. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody stop you from doing what it is that you're trying to do. If they don't understand what you're trying to do, you don't need to be dealing with them. If they can't understand that you're trying to make it to where, you know, you got financial freedom, for whatever that means for you, what financial freedom means for you, and they don't understand that, guess what? You don't need to deal with it. If they can't see your vision and all they're trying to do is take your vision and torch your vision and set it on fire, guess what? You don't need to deal with them. They ain't for you. When you got somebody that's going to support your vision and they is pushing you to make sure that you make your vision come true, they for you. That's your friend. That's your partner. You know what I'm saying? That's your friend. That's your partner. They want to see you succeed. they want to see you succeed. I got a lot of buddies. I ain't gonna say buddies. I got some brothers that I deal with, right? And I can count them on my hand, right? We talk every day, or we at least talk 3-4 times out the week, whatever the case may be. Call, check up on each other, see how each other doing, see what we got going on. And one slacking, we own the one that's slacking. You feel me? That's how it is. A lot of them done came from the streets. They done changed their life around. They trying to do better. And I applaud them for that. Like for real. For trying to do something different, to not end up behind bars nowhere, because that's a life for nobody. I used to work in the prison system. I know how it is. Like, that life is shitty. Excuse my language, but it really is. It's bad. Like, it's not a life for nobody. I don't wish that on nobody. For real. But if you deserve to be there, then, hey, I mean, you need to do your time. You need to pay the time for the crime. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how that is. But I mean, yo, like, me and my brothers, we don't do nothing but encourage each other. Just encourage each other. Yo, you got this. Yo, just keep going. Like, you telling me what you want to do, just keep doing what you're doing. It's coming. See, some people, you know, I started doing my own thing back in 2020, right? I had to create my own paycheck. I didn't have a stable paycheck coming in. I had to go out. I had to go get it. You know what I'm saying? I had to go out. I had to go get it. So when you want to do it, when you're trying to do it to yourself, you got to be serious. If you're not serious, if you're not really trying to put the work in, it's not going to work out. Everybody want to be a CEO, but they don't want to put the work in. Everybody want a success overnight, but they don't want to put the work in. Everybody want to live the dreams that they see on Facebook and Instagram, but they don't want to put the work in. Them folks put the work in. Maybe they got that money off insurance policies from a person that passed away. We don't know. All we know is they just living their best life. And everybody wants to live their life. But guess what? Only a percentage of them really willing to put the work in. And that's a small percentage. That's why it's a small percentage of freaking successful people, because only a small percentage would actually want to put the work in. Everybody want to be the big boss. Everybody want to do this. Everybody want to do that. But don't nobody want to put the work in. Nobody want to put the work in. They want somebody to do the work for them. Me personally, if I know a business, right, and I'm doing the business, and somebody call me about the same business, I'm not going to shoot you. I'm not going to shoot you no BS to stop you from doing it, or to try to keep all the money, because that money, there's too much money. There's too much of that money in the world, right? The point is, who can do it better? Who can serve that service better, right? Is what the point is. So, you know, don't come to me thinking I'm going to do it for you. Because if I got to do it for you, I'm going to charge you to do it for you. I'm going to charge you to do it for you because you don't want to put the work in. So I'm going to charge you. And I'm going to charge you by the hour for my service. Why? Because I got to spend hours out of my day to do something that you could have did, something that I told you about, and you got the information for. You're just too lazy to do it. So no, I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to charge you to do it for you, but I'm not going to do it for you for free. I don't work for free. My time is valuable. All of my time. Every second, every minute, every hour of the day, my time is valuable. To me, if you don't make your time valuable to other folks and let them take your time and do what they want to do with your time, you give them your time, and you don't put a price on your time, guess what? That's your fault. That's your stupidness. You suspect yourself. You should always value your time. Never let nobody not value your time or not value you. You go into a job interview, to a job that you always wanted, they're going to give you an offer, right? Guess what? You counter offer. You know your value, you counter offer. And if they don't want to counter offer, guess what? If you know what they're giving you, you can't live off of, guess what? You don't take it. What you do is you go home, you go back home. You matter of fact, you walk out of there and you tell God, this is what I need. I know I said I wanted that job, but that ain't, listen, the pay I need. It's not the pay that you want, it's the pay that you need. See, because if you could get what you need first, then the wants come later. Because wants aren't as person, it's needs that's got to be fulfilled first. And see, a lot of people they get that misunderstood too. But before I go off track, everybody wanted success, but don't nobody want to put the work in. That's the crazy crap. I wanted success, but man, I'm willing to grind every day, and I've been grinding every day to get where I'm trying to get to. I tell people I'm gonna be a millionaire and a billionaire. Guess what they do? They laugh. They laugh, and it's okay that they laugh. But the same ones that's laughing is the same ones that's struggling, still trying to figure it out, or don't know how to figure it out. For real, for real. Nobody pays my bills for me. My parents don't pay my bills for me. The car insurance, I pay all my bills on my own. All my bills. On my own. My first car, I got it on my own. Right? Bought that car broke down, and like a week, 2 weeks later, first time I ever tried to drive it to work. I was what? I don't know. 16 or 17, I went and bought an old school Oldsmobile. That mug broke down on your boy. You know what I'm saying? Broke down on me. Now, my mom did co-sign me for the first car I wanted to get off a lot. She co-signed. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? She didn't buy my brother a car. My stepdad, who I call my dad also, I love him to death. He bought my brother a car. And, you know what I'm saying? He bought a car and gave it to my brother. Well, he was doing the same thing for me, right? But see, I needed that car ahead of time. Like, I needed that car ahead of time, right? So, y'all might can hear the phone ringing in the background, I'm not sure. But I needed that car ahead of time because I was working while I was still in school. I graduated early from high school, you know what I'm saying? So, I ain't gonna say I love school, because honestly, I was ready to get the hell up out of there, I'll be honest with you. But I graduated early. But at the time being, I needed a car to drive to get back and forth from school to work, right? Well, my offer was, because he was still paying on the car. It was a Honda Accord. He said, I'm going to finish paying it off and then I'm going to give it to you. So that way you don't got to worry about paying the payment. Me being grown, being a grown man, right? I said, I tell you what, how about I pay you the payment, you give me the car, I pay you the money that's left on the car. Each month, I pay the payment. Nah, you gotta wait for it. I'm like, man, I can't wait. I never said I didn't want it. I said, I can't wait. I need a car now. So that's when I ended up going to go put my own money. I had spent about $1,000 and $1,500 on that old school cash. That money is gone now. It was gone. Car broke down, that money's gone. I ain't getting nothing back off that. So now I had to save up another $1,000 working at Bojangles, making $7.25 an hour. I had to save up another $1,000 to try to go put down on a car. Y'all, you can't miss what I'm saying now. Don't miss the whole conclusion of this. Don't miss it, right? So I got that money up working at Bojangles, right? I went to this car lot. It was called JD Byrider. I went and bought me a 2001 or 2002 Grand Marquis. Nice car. It was nice. I loved it. It was nice. Alright? Ain't nobody give me no money. I just needed a co-signer, right? So, I mean, my mom co-signed for me. I appreciate her for that. But did anybody buy me a car? No. Nobody bought me a car. Any other vehicles I've had, I have hustled and grind to make that money to buy those vehicles, to have what I wanted to have, to pay my bills, and to live the life that I just want to live. That makes me happy, right? So my point is you're trying to get somewhere in life, but some people are too lazy to want to put the work in, but they want the extravagant things out of life. They want the trips, they want all this, right? They want all of that, but they don't want to put the work in, man. They don't want to put the work in. And then you got folks that be like, yo, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? What makes you think, or to not think that I'm not struggling? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, I don't think everybody thinks about that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind helping somebody that's out here busting their butt trying to make it. But if you ain't really trying to do nothing for yourself, I'll be honest with you, I really ain't trying to help you out. I really ain't trying to do too much for you because you really ain't trying to help yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to help yourself before I'ma go in my stash and help you out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I done help folks out I thought was my friends. Let them borrow money, they ain't pay me back. It's okay. They know who they are, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, karma always comes back. You know what I'm saying? Karma always comes back, and it's all right. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. We all got karma that's gonna come back together because ain't nobody perfect. You done something, and you think you done got away with it, and naturally you haven't got away with it. You just ain't. That karma just ain't hit yet. It's gonna hit, but you ain't even gonna know it's karma. You just go, oh man, I got the worst luck. Nah, it ain't the worst luck. It's just payback. It's just God beating that behind for something you done did already that you totally forgot about, right? And that's cool. I mean, because ain't nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. So, man, you know, going back to what I was saying in the beginning, man, so in order to be successful, you gotta plan accordingly. You gotta work hard. You gotta make sure the people around you, they trying to do the same thing for their life. They trying to elevate. You know what I'm saying? They trying to level it up. They trying to get to the next tier, however you want to say it. They trying to be on the same type of time you on. You can't be around people that ain't trying to do nothing. It ain't gonna work out for you. That energy ain't gonna do nothing but rub off for you. That's why I made a Facebook post one day. I shared somebody's post. Don't bring the bad and the negative energy my way. Don't bring that. I ain't trying to do nothing with my life. Don't rub that mess off on me because I don't want it near me at all. But I make sure I don't surround myself with people like that. That's a fact. I make sure I don't. So that way I ain't got to worry about that energy coming off on me. Because I'm going to go and get it whichever way I got to do it. I'm going to put that time in. I'm going to stack the funds to miss the fun. I'm going to miss the fun and stack the funds is what I meant to say. I'm going to miss the fun to go stack the funds and I'm going to have fun later. So I may be pressing and grinding through my 20s and through my early 30s. But when I hit my late 30s, I promise you, I'm trying to be chilling. I'm trying to be anywhere and somewhere making money every day, all day. Wherever I want to be at. Wherever I want to be at, that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to get there. I'm definitely going to get there. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes people dream, they don't put the work in. I be daggone, when you dream and you put the work in, and you can tell when you're close. You can tell when you're on the right path. Because you can touch what it is that you're trying to do. You can see it and you can touch it. You can almost just about taste it. Even if it ain't got a taste to it. But you can taste it and speaks of, I don't even know how to explain that. And that's crazy, right? That's just crazy. But just know, when you're getting close, you can tell you're getting close. You can tell when you're getting close. That part you can notice. You can notice that part, right? So, man, I just want, like I always said, bro, I want to see everybody succeed, bro. I want to see everybody succeed. But I'm always succeed. You gotta put the work in. You gotta put the work in, and also, to anybody that's thinking about quitting their job to start their own business, if you already got it planned out, you know what you want to do, you got everything you need, right? You got everything you need, right? And you want to start your own business. Maybe you've already started your business, right? And you want to go full time, but you're afraid and you're scared. Let me tell y'all something. Man, my bills a month is crazy. I'm not going to throw a number out there, but my bills a month is crazy. When I quit my job, right? When I quit my job, this is why I told myself, and this is why I told God. I'm going to have faith. I'm going to have faith in God, and I'm going to believe that He's going to provide. I'm going to believe that He's going to provide what I need to be able to pay my bills. Not what I want to be able to go out, spend money on jewelry, cars, rims, clothes, you know what I'm saying, extravagant trips. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I asked for. I asked for, I need to be able to make the money that I need to pay my bills and to take care of my responsibilities and priorities. That's what I need. Now, mind you, yeah, I had to make some sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? And this all came into play. I was raising my daughter full time. So trying to get her to school and then get to work. Man, me driving to work an hour and some change to work. I was getting to work working 5 hours, 3-4 hours a day. I was just only paying for gas money then. Using up my vacation time to make a full check. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ended up having to quit my job and run my business full time. But I was running it while I was working. And it was good. But it came, and when I ended up having to get my daughter, man, you know, I had to make a decision. You know, I want a life for me, but I also got to make sure my daughter gets the education she needs and the help that she needs. If that means me being home all the time when she get from school, taking her to school, being there to work on her with her homework, study with her, read with her. I was all in. And that's what I did. But not once did I not have faith that God would not provide. When I tell you that, man, it would be like a week and a half left in the month, and I'm short, right? And I said, hey, man, like, where's it gonna come from, right? I'm thinking to myself, like, where's it gonna come from? How I'm gonna do it? All I say is this, man. I could be in the shower, right? Lord, listen, I'm short this right here. I only got a few more days or a week or so before I gotta pay these bills. Right? I need this money to come from somewhere. Let me tell y'all something. Every time, on time, the money came. Y'all, listen, y'all gotta understand. If it's something that you really want to do, man, y'all have faith and talk to God about it. Listen to Him. But you gotta be able to hear Him at the same time. You gotta be able to hear Him. Because if you can't hear Him, then oh man, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little hard, but it's still doable. But you got to start. You got to start with building that relationship and talking to Him, because He gonna make a way. All you gotta do is believe. But understand, it's not you know, out here doing your own thing is not peaches and cream 100% of the time. It gets rough. It gets hard. You gotta understand, it gets rough, it gets hard, right? And like you gotta be able to hit that wall, get to that wall, and then bust straight through that wall and keep right on going. That's what you gotta be able to do. If you can do that, you won't have nothing to worry about. There's something else I wanted to say, man, but it's gonna slip my mind. But, you know, that's what it was. People always try to figure out what is the key to success. Failure, heard it before. Steve Harvey done said it. A couple other folks done said it. When you fail, you're learning. That's the key. That's the key word in failure is learning. Learning from your failure is the key word. Because how many times are you going to fail before you learn? That is what really matters. You failed one time, right? You on a business adventure, you failed one time. Okay? You failed one time. What you got to say to yourself is, or what you got to figure out is, how did I fail? What did I do wrong? What can I do better? Doing that helps you learn from that failure to go back, try it again. Not to quit, not try again, but to go back, try it again. Right? So, failure brings success, but you have to learn from your failures. And you don't want too many failures before reaching success. Or too many failures to where you give up and you just don't hit success. Right? You just don't get that. So, I mean, that's just something that you gotta think about. That's something you gotta think about. And maybe some people don't want to hear this. Maybe some people do want to hear this. I hope y'all take the time and watch this video. I know it's like 30 minutes. It's gonna be a long video, but I think some people just need to hear that don't stop, keep going. It may be rough, it may be getting hard. Just keep going, keep pressing, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Patience is always the key. Don't rush success. Patience is always the key. You know what I'm saying? There's shortcuts. Sometimes a shortcut is helpful. Sometimes a shortcut ain't. Sometimes you gotta take the long route. But just know that, you know, it's coming. And it's gonna happen for you. It's gonna happen for you. I'm praying for everybody. I want everybody to be successful, man, and like just get out there and grind. One last thing. If you don't even have the idea of what it is you want to do to start your own business, if you could just have the grind and the hustle mentality and willing to work hard, guess what? Everything else is easy. Everything else comes easy. That's still going to be hard, but everything else comes easy. Because you're willing to put the work in. Somebody can have $1 million idea, but don't want to put the work in, and guess what? It's hard for them to succeed. It's hard for them to succeed. Because they ain't got the grind and the hustle in them to go put that work in. So in some cases, and I was supposed to end this video, so in some cases, when I say my parents really ain't do too much for me, like they don't help me with my bills and nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? Now whether or not I could call them and get it, I don't know. Probably not. My little sister might get it before me, and I'm be honest, that's just real. But like, I ain't even mad that they ain't do for me as if maybe I wanted to. Gave me more than what I got. You know, whatever the case may be. Because what it done was, it allowed me to be able to stand on my own and do for me on my own. That way I ain't got to depend on nobody. I don't depend on nobody to do nothing for me. Not nobody. No woman, not no other man. The only man that I depend on is God. He is the only one I depend on. I don't depend on nobody else. Excuse me, my eyes itch. I don't depend on nobody else to do nothing for me but God. just hope y'all take something from this video and y'all learn something from it and motivate somebody to want to keep going.
That I ain't so,
you know what I'm saying?
Get anywhere from poor. When I hit from the front, coming closer. I'm a dog, I hit it.
Find something to invest into.
Stack on top, stack on top of stack. Gotta get my money right, cause I might never make it back. I ain't been on the block for a minute, my nigga just caught it everywhere I'm at. I been focused on rap, I ain't worried about trap, I been trying to get another bag in. My best friend turned it back on me, nigga, that's why young nigga absent. I ain't one of them, step back, I do it daily. My mind went through the fence. Gotta catch my flight, I'm doing so good, these labels wanna pay me. My friend think that I made it, so they started showing hate. I been on my grind, on trying to take my living faith down on the pavement. Ain't never say I'm faking. That shit make me look
man,
crazy.
Mr. Cadillac King
Trying to
thing.
blame me, she lied to me about a baby. Why they treat me like I'm famous?
Y'all be good out there, man. Be out.
At first they say they love you, then they switch when you get paper, yeah.